Come facciamo il disastro?
Supposing we get useful.
I've been talking this entire damn time, and I was on mute because the stream stopped in the middle of it, and I forgot to unfuck it. Son of a bitch. I've been talking literally for like an hour and 15 minutes, and nobody's heard me. That would explain why I had the random, like, people come in and nothing. I guess I should have had my thing up. So, thanks, Jess. I appreciate it. Welcome. How was your stream? Oh, does that mean you rated somebody? Yep, you did. Gotta go back. Gotta make sure we get that watch time for you. Alright. Fix that. Fix that. The struggle is so real sometimes. Oh yeah? How so? Struggling with the game or not? Or struggling with or are you talking about my struggles? Probably my struggles. It was good. Had 3 sets of twins. Oh my god. Cranking out some kids there. Alright. So what we're going to do here... Not a 3. We're going to just do a 2. I'm going to start... not smoothing, flattening. I'm going to start flattening this out a little bit because I want to get a little bit of a... kind of an edge here. Now why is that... Oh. So now... The other trick is I'm not getting anything to happen here with the terrain because there's water in there. So in order to fix that, you just have to take the water out. Which if you put water in, when you like left click to put it in, you can just take it out by clicking the water tool and then right clicking. And then that'll get the water out of there for you. And so here, I just wanted to create a little bit more of a kind of a lip here. And then go ahead and do this over here as well. And then we are going to do what I said, I think. It's going to be really hard to get the amount of space that they need. Yeah, we're just flatten that. I didn't like that. It's going to be really hard to get the space that they need. By doing that, but I want to make sure that our guests have plenty of opportunity to see them. So we're just going to see what happens. This is how a lot of this goes. We just start throwing down barriers and whatnot, and we just see what happens. And it'd be cool if we could figure out something to put here, even if maybe we open up one of these, kind of like we did with this one, and make it that there's a little pathway out to here, and then we put in some shops or something like that, like over here, that maybe are connected to the castle exterior or something like that. Maybe we even do that as one of the like walls over here, and then we have... Oh yeah, I really like that idea. And then we do something like we've done over here, where we have like these little huts, as it were. All right. Man, that really sucks. Guess that's what happens when I don't have anybody watching. There's nobody to help correct. That's all right, though. So how have you been, Jess? Been a while. All right, so we have some of this, like, you know, the way that the procedure creates this, it just looks a little bit dumb. So we're going to fix that, but we'll fix that with rock work instead of trying to get the terrain to cooperate with us. Because we'll end up putting rocks up along this edge anyway. So, all right. So here, let's go ahead and Control X. So now these, the walls here, and I haven't continued with this stuff yet. That's why I was like, why does this look so plain? But now I know the answer to that question. These walls are basically just a single piece that I then just move as I need to get set up. How am I liking the new pack so far? Honestly, I couldn't tell you because I literally, this is the first time I've ever done anything with it. And I've spent more time like screwing around with my terrain and everything today than I have anything else. But I am definitely excited to try this, and that's why we're doing the giant otters to see like what we can get going here, because I think it'll be pretty cool. Now, can I close this in and not have it look stupid? Mostly. I'm hoping for some inspiration soon. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's been a number of different things that I've been doing lately. School's not proving to be like ultra difficult or whatever, which is actually really nice. Need you and Pleb to give me ideas. So school hasn't been too bad. The retirement stuff's over. I've got done with all the out processing stuff, and so now it's really just a matter of keeping up with my coursework and, you know, keeping Sink House happy, which is never a challenge. Yep, that'll work. And then we can start coming along this way. So we'll have to figure out how we're going to kind of cover up this edge. I've done a couple different things in the past. It was more of like a right angle though, so it was a little bit easier to kind of make that turn. But even here, like, it's not a huge deal. It's just, you know, there's just a little bit of ugliness that goes along with it. But we'll figure out something to kind of cover those edges up if need be. I guess the other thing we could do is, since the walls are matched up, we could... Oh my goodness. Okay, R. Click that. Hit X. Then we can pull that forward, but then, you know, we have the texture clipping thing that I hate. So we'll figure out some way of fixing that, because that will bug me if I don't solve it. And then we're going to have another kind of sharp angle here when I do this as well. So we don't need any of our guests falling off here. And then what we'll do is we'll probably open this one up, that interior part there, so our guests can walk through and get to a couple little shops that we'll build in there. So this one we might be able to get close enough. To make it not look too bad. Yeah, so there's not too much going on there. I think that'll be good. And then we'll build, like I said, we'll just cut out the stuff here, like we did over here, and then make it that we have some shops and stuff like that, kind of, wouldn't say dangling, but we'll have some shops here, and then I guess we'll have to see if this will even work. So how's this lined up? So we have this like right at the top of the wall. So let's go into here. And then I know that we're using the Indian set, so let's go to India. It's been so long that I've played this, I'm like really rusty. Is that the right angle? I think that is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only one. Okay, and so now I need to drop that down to that. Okay, maybe I need to do it that way. Why is that not lining up the same way that I thought it would? Oh yeah, I guess it is the same height. Huh. Just looks different over here. There's so much stuff, it's very easy to forget what's available. Yeah, I know, because I was even like looking at the talks that I would... Oh, I know what's going on. So this wall is really kind of designed to be on the other, like it's almost meant to be on the other side. So I guess what we'll do is we'll do this. Because what's happening here is this is, as you can see, it's not quite flush against it, but on this side, part of this is getting buried on the inside of it. So it's a really easy fix. Well, I say easy, but we just need to flip it 180, and now that we have those in there, that's going to make it more difficult. But here, we'll just flip it 180, and we should be able to get everything mostly lined back up. Because the way the grid is, it's not perfect. In that, like, when you set things down, it doesn't line up on the line. It's either on the inside or outside of the line, which could be a little bit frustrating when you're trying to design stuff. So here, we're going to go ahead and just leave it like this, because these wall pieces are much easier to kind of deal with. These ones are going to be more difficult because I've already placed them. So go ahead and just flip you around too. And the good thing is both of these are like exactly the same, so it doesn't really matter what way they're actually facing. I just need them to face a certain way to solve a particular problem. So here, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to focus on just the walls that I'm content with, and then we'll just start filling in the blanks from there. But yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time playing Cyberpunk, playing Watch Dogs Legion, which, like, I'm happy to be done with that game. I was not enjoying that one as much. The story was kind of meh, and the gameplay, and then I think after coming off Cyberpunk and all the cool, like, hacking and whatnot that you can do in Cyberpunk, and then coming to Watch Dogs, and even though they're hacking, the type of hacking and everything that you're doing there is much different. And so it was just, I mean, it wasn't bad experience. It was just different enough that I was like, oh, this is kind of not, like, I don't know. It's almost like I expected it to be the same, but it wasn't really. And I mean, it's an unfair thing to do to a game. Like, you can't expect it to be the same as another game, but I was still just a little disappointed in kind of how it all, like, felt and played out. So, all right, we did that. Now we want to, first off, I guess, just go ahead and get a path. Let's just do 0. Can't even get a path there. That's great. Oh, and I can't put a path here because of the barrier. Son of a bitch. Okay. Maybe we just won't have that go through there then. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. So I don't even think I could get a shop in here because of the barrier. It's just frustrating. Okay, fine, game. You've won this round. All right. So let's start getting a path. Now we've been using this bamboo path all the way through, so that's what we're going to continue to use. Let's go here. What the hell did I just do? Okay, so that's the path that I want. And we're just going to bring this right along here. And then what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get the path where it's fairly equidistant from the barrier. No, that's just not going to work. Stop it. Path. Oh, really? Can't put that anywhere? Oh, that's just some messed up shiza. Like, why can't I do that? Oh, terrain too uneven? Okay, well, we can fix that. Terrain, this guy, this guy. So now I'm going to leave it on sampled because I don't want it to turn around and change all of the the textures that we put down. So we're just going to start here, and then we're just going to start slowly coming across this. We might have to go back underneath and fix some stuff. But hopefully this helps us. All right, now path. Really? Terrain too uneven for placement. So I can't even get that to cooperate. This, and then here we'll do that. There we go. And then there we go. Now bring this around this way. Let's check our negative radius and make sure that we're not putting guests in any kind of position to be upset with. And then connect that right up to there. Okay. And that's just so we can have a lot of different places where the guests can see these animals. If I can figure out how to get this path to work. So something we could do, and I really don't want to do this, but we might have to just to get this to cooperate with us. Actually, let's try this first. Let's go ahead and just bring you that, bring you down, because we don't need to be that high, I don't think. Just depends on where it's going to let us put the water. Oh, and I can still get the water pretty high, so perfect. It'll let the water fill in all the way there and do that. Maybe that's where we're really running into the terrain problem or the path problems here. Too uneven for placement. My ass. It is not uneven. When Cobra gets mad, like, that is like straight up flat. Like, what the absolute fuck? Take out our water because we can't do anything with the water in there. Rain. You. Flatten the foundation. 3. Yeah, exactly. Path is like, nope, not cooperating with you today. Like, it is so minute, and normally it's just, you can put the path kind of, there's a lot of flexibility. I almost wonder if part of the problem is we're just getting too close to this edge, and that's what it's like getting pissed off about. Which I hate because I don't really want that being like all the way out there like that. But let's take a look. Oh, okay. Well, that's super fucking dumb. Come on. Really? There's no way. Is it there's not enough thickness underneath here? Nope. As Jess will say, the struggles are real. I mean, that's the only other thing I can think of is like, it's just not thick enough or something. I mean, it's gotten better. So I wonder if that's what it was, is just there's not enough, like, girth down below to allow it to do that. Like, to just lay on the, on the path or on the on this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Path. Come on, you pain in the ass. All right, fine. Let's. You want to play a game? We'll play a game. Rain this 4, and I'm going to hate myself for this, but go ahead and get this all nice and flattened out. What's really happening while we can't see anything is the terrain up underneath is getting thicker in hopes that this helps solve the problem, and that's exactly what it needed. And then so what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up coming back down underneath there to try to solve, or to try to push some of that back, because I don't want it to be quite that thick. And I'm sure Jess is just giggling her ass off at me saying thick all the time. But yeah, so now that we have that, we are able to push this back to some semblance of like normalcy. But you can see here that I'm hitting a almost like an invisible wall. And that's just simply because the path is there. And so the path has to have a, I guess whenever the path is like laying on the ground, oops, that's definitely not what I wanted to do. It has to have a certain amount of like the terrain that will like almost be underneath it and supporting it. And so over here, I do want to do that. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty decent. I mean, it still hits what we're trying to do. And now I want to go ahead and we're going to get a couple more of the castle wall segments done, just to make sure that we have our path going the direction that we want, at least along this edge here. And the good thing is, like, you can put buildings in the path, so that's wasn't the problem. It's just the game is being a problem. And of course, this is going to be super fun to line up because that blue stuff there is really hard to see. Haley came to creep on you too. She just sent me a snap of you on her team. That is creepy. Hello, Haley. All right, let's do this and get this going this way. We love to creep on Cobra. Is that a cyber sanctioned activity? Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. Now let's go ahead and maybe smooth this down just a touch. And again, if there's areas that we think are too goofy, we can just get some... we would creep on Cyber too if we could. Well, we did do something recently. I mean, not that we're sharing the video or anything, but there's some feral cats that have been kind of running around. And so we started feeding them just to kind of make sure that they're taken care of. Cyber's big hope is that somehow we can maybe like snag one of them or all 4 of them. But oddly enough, we put food out there earlier today and they haven't come by at all. So I'm actually a little bit worried at this point that our critters haven't come by to say hello. But yeah, it was definitely something that we've been spending time doing. And yeah, no kidding. But we bought a camera to put outside to like watch them and to see what they're doing, just kind of, you know, are they doing okay? Are they active and seemingly healthy and all that? And I mean, so far everything looks pretty good. They're just They're very rambunctious. It looks like a mom and then her ruh-roh Reggie. For kittens. So okay. We're almost about to have a meltdown. But yeah, her mama and kittens seem to be doing okay, which is good. Naturally, that's something we would want to see. But they they trigger the camera and then we can sit there and watch it. And they're like I said, we put the food out there at like 4:30 or something, and they haven't come by yet. And they normally are quite active around this time. So I don't know, like maybe another neighbor snatched them up. Well, hello, Haley. How are you? That's so weird. Won't let me, wouldn't let me just convert it, but as soon as I delete it and then put that in, it's like, oh, hey, yeah, this works. I think we're going to do some other adjustments to this terrain here, too. And we might even try to get some rocks and stuff like that around. Maybe that's what we'll do. Instead of just fighting with all the water, we'll just put some rocks around and see what happens. All right, so path. Let's do this. And here, I think it's safe to say that we're going to start coming back towards our main path here. Anyway, so let's go back to paths. Come on. Let's get this. Okay, there we go. And then where we have like these little like bump outs and whatnot, we can put in other things to kind of cover that, or not cover it up, but make it look like it was a little bit more on purpose instead of it just being like this, like we've been fighting with the game's path engine. Now here we definitely need to start kind of working our way back this way. And this will probably be an auxiliary path, and then I guess this is where our castle is going to start. So that's the other thing is, like, I feel like I'm building this, but I'm not giving much consideration to like what the rest of the environment around here is going to look like. So that's going to obviously add a little bit to the excitement here of how we're going to see this kind of unfold. And actually, now that I'm getting this in, I think, oh, that's perfect. Because then we can just bring whatever straight along here and go from there. That'll be awesome. We need to get these all taken care of too, so don't worry, that will get fixed. And we'll just put some rock down there. Perfect. All right. So I guess let's go ahead and start sectioning off our actual barrier to make sure that our animals are contained properly. So, did I bring that all the way up there? It sure did. Sure diddly do, neighbor. No, that's not quite right. Let's just start. I'm going to do the same thing that I've done before. I'm going to make it that the guests are technically in the habitat. Because they love it. Even though in all reality, they are not going to have any access to the critters that are in here. That works. So there's that. And now let's go ahead and get our null barrier again. And then we'll start right here. That's a long section. There, and then we can just go ahead and do uneven for placement. Really? The other one let me do it. Why must we be so complicated? What did that snap to? Oh, I was like... Okay, for whatever reason that works. And I guess we can actually just connect it right up to this barrier here, so let's just keep going. Okay, there we go. So this one, I want to see if I can get this to be at least in here or close to. That's good. Yep. And then this one. This is a little trippy. Like, I can't even see the edge. Like, I don't even know if I'm actually doing this right. And this one can just get where thereabouts. Oh, that's like way too far. Let's just put you right there. And you moved here. And you're doing all right. Sweet. Yep, that works. Then we have this up here, so I guess we're just going to keep this path going straight. Lock that in. And there. So we'll bring this in, and then our castle will actually, like the wall of our castle should be like right here. So let's just grab this guy. Control X. And can I just bring that? Those arrows seem like quite epic. Oh, that was almost perfectly straight too. That's awesome. We're just going to put this right here. This is really more of just a placeholder than anything else, but that way we can make sure we have things exactly where we want them to be. Okay, awesome. And so I'm going to take the path and I'm going to just do this and just do one more leg of it so I can get this connected up. Path and shrink that down to 4. And then this and right there. Now let's see if I can get these walls connected. And then here, actually we'll go ahead and start rotating this one a little bit and then try bringing that in. That, and there we go. Okay, perfect. Looking pretty decent there. Jess, have you been playing Cyberpunk at all? Yep, that's okay. And now I can do this. And maybe we'll actually try to keep this even just a little bit closer. That's good. Yeah, I really enjoyed the game. Like I was saying, it's the options and whatnot are so, there's so many to like develop your character and whatnot that it can be a completely different experience. Even if you're going through all the same like kind of stuff, there's so many different options. Still getting the hang of hacking. I feel like I'm winging it every time I do it. Yeah, that feels about right. Oh, no. Wrong one. X. Slide you this way. And now I'm confident that that gap is not going to work out. So that's going to suck. And if that's the case, then what we'll do is we'll start kind of working things backwards and try to get something along here to kind of meet. Because this doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So, yeah. And I mean, I really like the game. I think the one thing that was a little bit, I guess, jarring was that at the early stages of the game, like, you feel so underpowered that it was almost a little frustrating. Like, the enemies are bullet sponges and the various abilities that you have just didn't really do much of anything. But I'll tell you what, like, after you start getting probably midway through, maybe like level 20 or so, and start unlocking some of the more powerful things in the game, like, it was like night and day different. I can get you there. So now you can see here, we're going to have to make adjustments to get this. We're going to have to probably almost take this and turn it almost completely the opposite direction. And that'll be okay. Like, I don't have any issue with that. It's just, we need to, this just set up the way that we want. There we go. But I really got into the story for that game too. Like, it was pretty interesting. And I mean, it wasn't like, I guess there weren't any like major surprises. But son of a bitch. It's always really shitty when you grab the wrong arrow and then you like send it the wrong direction. Okay, let's bring that and get you to right about here. All right, so this is where we're going to make our money on this wall thing. So if we do something like this. Story is really good, not super surprising, but crazy, but that's kind of nice. I'm actively avoiding playing the main missions to make it last longer. Yeah, I have heard that the, like, I did everything in the game, my first run through, just because part of it was, like, there was so much negative reception about the game that I was like, well, let's see how bad this really is. And I did not run into a single broken quest or anything I couldn't complete. I got all of the, like, achievements for clearing out all the assaults and cyber psychos and all that kind of stuff, which was really nice that I was able to get all of that stuff without the game, like, constantly giving me problems or this or that. So, and then, like, on PC, it is just beautiful. Like, it is such a sexy game. And it doesn't even take much to, like, low is kind of meh. But as soon as you go to medium, it's, like, a really nice game. And that's even without, like, the ray tracing and all those kind of things. It still looks really good. The textures look really nice and all that. Probably need to flip this way. And while I'm able to play it on the max settings, it's not something that, like, you have to do in order to really enjoy, you know, some really good visual fidelity. All right. This is always the sucky part of doing stuff like this whenever you're trying to do, like, multiple buildings, is the only thing that's a little weird is shadows is different. Sometimes they're glitchy. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, I've not really run into any, like, major gameplay issues. I mean, I always felt that my weapons were doing what they were supposed to. My character was doing what he was supposed to. All of those kind of things. It was more of just, you know, like I'd be driving and then like the torso of the character would come up out of the ground, or a subtitle would get kind of stuck. And it would always be there, even though there was no actual characters like speaking. And I figured out how to solve it by just going in there and like turning off the subtitle option and then turning it back on. And then that seemed to like fix it. But it was still, you know, just those kind of little annoyances. But I wouldn't say that it was anything game breaking. By any means. So. But that's why I went through and did a lot of the other stuff. And it was just so I could feel confident in, you know, saying that, you know, while there are glitches and whatnot with the graphics, overall, it's actually I think it's still a pretty decent game and put together pretty well and stuff like that. Even if, you know, the whole developer crunch thing is bad and all that, which of course I don't support. You know, driving people into the ground for months before a game release. So there's that part, but it's not like I'm giving CD Projekt Red a pass, but a lot of companies end up doing that. Okay. So we have this all pretty much lined up the way that I would want it. I mean, there's just a little bit of whatever here. We can probably twist this just a little bit more. Maybe? Come on. Work with me here. Gonna maybe bring that in ever so slightly. That's really more side. We'll leave that alone. Because in all honesty, this corner is easily going to be covered up because we'll definitely do more of a 90-degree thing there. Oh, man. But now we have a nice little, almost like courtyard here. And then back here is where we will build our massive castle. And I don't even have any idea what I'm going to make that look like yet, but that is going to be where we build that. And it's going to be awesome. So we'll need to go through and put all of these in place too. But I think that will be for a different day because I'm getting kind of tired. I'm also getting a little hungry. Oh, goodness gracious. And I didn't really prepare for streaming because I didn't have any water or anything like that with me. So, but we will get this finished up in the next stream because we just need to get this connected around, and then this amount of space should be more than enough for our like otters, and we can then you know, we'll get this filled in with water. Actually, we can do that now, but we'll get it filled in with water. Maybe we'll even have a quick little path that pops up here. And then put a, what do you call it? Put a little like observation deck kind of over top. And then that's where we can put the, maybe one of the talking points or something. Because now that we have those, it's easier to plan for them instead of just like dropping them in and just going from there. But, yep, I'm glad to be streaming again too. I wasn't sure how classes were going to go and whatnot. So I wanted to, you know, definitely make sure that I didn't like overdo it with my schoolwork and like almost overpromise and underdeliver. But it looks like at least for a little while I'm going to have the time to do it. I don't plan to start working again for like another month and a half, so that'll be nice as well. That I've got some little bit of extra time to kind of screw around and do different things before I have to go back into the world of adulting. And nothing crazy, just hanging out. Cyber got me a PlayStation 5, but she's awesome. I still have to wait for it to come in, but it was definitely a challenge to get one of them, but she got it, and then the store was like, oh, it'll actually get shipped to you. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, this is so stupid, but like, whatever. So I'll definitely be playing Demon Souls when that comes out. I won't be streaming it because I really don't want to go through the ass pain of trying to set up everything like with a PlayStation and stuff like that in here to do that. I mean, I could. There's definitely room, but it would be a completely different. Excuse me. It'd be a definite setup for sure. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and save this so we don't lose any of the other progress that we've had. And then we'll go from there. So I do appreciate you guys coming by. Thank you, Jess and Haley, for hanging out and having a conversation. Always good to see. We did get up to 4 viewers, so that's awesome. Obviously, getting back into this, which is nice. Got to build back that little bit of an audience, which will be good. But I definitely enjoy it. Definitely like playing this game. And I hope to see you next time. So until then, you guys have a great night and talk to you soon. On your way out, don't forget to hit subscribe and that notification bell so it'll tell you when I go live again. And then feel free to leave a comment below and leave a like. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.